So UFC 307 happens next week, and we're going to be talking about the worst possible outcomes for the fights that we care about. Starting off, Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. If Carla Esparza wins or loses, doesn't matter. The worst possible outcome is that she doesn't retire. Go be a mom. Get out of the UFC. You don't need to be here. We don't need you anymore. Get the fuck out of here. Retire. Moving on. OSP versus Ryan Spann. The worst possible outcome is that both of these guys gas from elevation in the first round and we have a boring fight. And then neither of them retires. OSP, you're like 40. What are you even doing here? Ryan Spann, you suck. You don't even train. Get the fuck out of here. Cesar Almeida versus Ihor Peteria. The worst possible outcome for this fight is that if Ihor wins, he does his stupid fucking celebration.
And that indeed does it. Ihor Peteria produces his first UFC win. Bittersweet moment, of course, here.
That is mad sus, no Jones. Next up, Wonderboy versus Joaquin Buckley. The worst scenario for this fight is that Buckley goes out there with a wrestling mindset and decides to crotch sniff Thompson for 3 rounds, a very Marab or Bilal type performance. Even Gilbert did it to Wonderboy. If Buckley just goes out there, takes him down, and holds him, that would be the worst case scenario, and we'll unfortunately have to sit through that. Moving on, Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. A middleweight fight. I don't even know why Kevin Holland's in the middleweight division. Doesn't make much sense going either way. The worst possible scenario is that Roman Dolidze just presses Kevin Holland against the fence, holds him there, knees to the thigh, shoulders to the face, like little tap punches, and for 3 rounds. So if we have to sit through these back to back, it's just not going to be fun. Next, the worst possible scenario for this fight is if Kettlin Vieira wins, because Kayla Harrison's the only one that's going to be able to bring Amanda Nunes out of retirement. No one wants to see Kettlin Vieira. No one wants to see anyone in that division. Kayla Harrison looked like Khabib in her last fight against Holly Holm. She's the only one that's maybe good enough to give Amanda Nunes a challenge now, bring her out of retirement. The worst case scenario is if Kayla Harrison gets knocked the fuck out. Next, Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista. The worst possible scenario for this fight is that Jose's age catches up to him and he gets injured. To be honest, he's not even that old. Like, how old is he? It says he's 37 here. I don't know if that's accurate, but he's not insanely old. He's just been in the sport for a long time. If he gets injured in the fight and then has to retire off that or moves on to another sport, it would just suck because right now he's got wins over ranked bantamweights and he can make a title run. I don't even know why he's fighting Mario Batista. It's just the worst case scenario is if he gets injured and loses. Next, the people's main event. Raquel Pennington, she put me to sleep in that octagon. Unfortunately, she couldn't do the same to her opponent. The worst case scenario is that we get a 5 round bathroom break, snooze fest, and Pennington retains her belt. At least Pena's an exciting champion, and she fights. She fights similar to Dreykus. She goes to war. She tries to make it a dogfight. She looks goofy as fuck while going. And yeah, worst case scenario, Pennington 5 round snooze fest. Finally, the main event. Alex Pereira has just told us about the surgery that he's been through and the knee problems he's been dealing with since the Blachowicz camp, which he took 4 months after getting knocked out by Adesanya. The worst possible scenario isn't that Alex wins by submission or that Khalil knocks him out. The worst possible scenario is that Khalil stomps his fucking knee and ruins his whole career. Everyone would hate Khalil if that happened. It would not be fun. No one wants to see Alex get done like that. Regardless, Alex by knockout first, second round. Worst possible scenario is Alex gets his whole knee broken like Khalil has done to others before. See you guys next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment ideas below, and later.